At this time, we ask that everybody please stand. We need gentlemen to remove your caps as we now welcome in Tom Ratliff with Racers for Christ for our invocation.
All right. We got a lot of work ahead of us, a lot of good racing. Let's ask God's blessing on it for safety and just a good time. So let's bow. Father, in Jesus' name, we thank you that you've given us the freedom and the ability to come out here and do this, to come out here and pursue our dreams, to compete against our friends, hopefully, to enjoy our families and this great facility. Lord, it's what a privilege it is to race here at this track. Nice. Thank you. Father, we just pray for our staff today that you would help them as they organize, as they give us a fair, safe, and competitive track to compete on. For our safety guys, as they hopefully stay in their vehicles all day. For announcers, starters, everyone involved. Father, we ask for your blessing on them. Lord, we pray for our drivers, their families, their moms, their dads, young and old, Lord. We ask that you'd look after them, that they would enjoy each other, that racing would be important, but not near as important as their relationships with one another. So, Father, we just commit this day into your hands. We pray for this great nation and pray that you'd have mercy on it, whether it recognize you as it should or not. Continue to allow us to enjoy this sport. For it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So we're set to go racing. Kid Karts will need you on the grid. That'll be Kid Karts. Again, don't forget tomorrow morning, sit in for Trackside Chapel service. Tom Ratliff. Chapel will have service once we do conclude our drivers' meeting. So you are encouraged to sit in tomorrow morning for Trackside Chapel service with Chaplain Tom Ratliff. So again, we ask you to sit in after the drivers' meeting. So we're ready to go. Kid Karts. All finals will be 14 laps. Yeah, be sure to take some time, stop by for the Crazy Cuban tent sale. A lot of great items in the tent area. Also, tonight around 8:30, we'll have fireworks right here at Ocala Grand Prix. Everybody encouraged to hang out. And check out a great fireworks show. That'll be scheduled for right around 8:30 tonight. Kid Karts, you're on the grid. Senior Clone, you are pre-grid. Senior Clone, you're now on the grid. Rotex Minimax, you are pre-grid. So underway, Divine Design Kid Karts. Lucas Rodriguez in the 95. James Ngazi in the number 48. Owen Lloyd in the number 19. Francisco in the number 5. Daniel in the number 5. So the field will work around. 14 laps. Kid Karts underway. Need Senior Clone on the grid. Rotex Minimax, your pre-grid. Once again, we'll need your Senior Clone on the grid. Rotex Minimax, your pre-grid. Again, your Divine Design Kid Karts making their way around. Again, Stars of Tomorrow at the Florida Karting Championship Series. Ages 5 to 7. Boy, we've seen a lot of kids start out here with the Florida Karting Championship Series at age 5 and have moved on to many forms of different racing, ages 5 to 7 kid karts. So final circuit for your kid cards. We'll need Senior Clone on the grid, Rotex Minimax. So checker flag will drop another great outing by our youngsters ages 5 to 7 as they cycle around. Stars of tomorrow with the Florida Karting Championship Series. Outstanding job by the youngsters, and it's been some great tracks coming off Monticello last month, now here to Ocala Grand Prix. So they're definitely seeing some really neat tracks. Rotex Minimax, you're on the grid. Micromax, you are now pre-grid. So ready to go. Performance Plus, Clone Senior, Joey Miller inside row 1 in the 88. Starting second outside row 1, the 6, a Nick Hill. Michael Clark starting in the 3rd spot. Brandon Salyer scheduled out in the 4th position. Timothy Clark in the 96 starting 5th. Doug Schmidt starting 6th. Jason Fromming 7th. Charles Dolan will be starting in the 8th spot. Your Clone Senior. Ready to go, 14 laps, Joey Miller. Set quick time this morning on the pole for the pre-final. Joey will take the field into turn number 1 for the first time. Joey Miller starting this weekend as your points leader. 3 feature wins for Joey, finished second in race weekend number 3. And he's been on the money so far this season. Joey has back-to-back championships. And he'll take the field off the S-turn for the very first time. Joey Miller. There's Joey off the tree turn. Brandon Salyer in the 48. Glenn Fitcher usually in that cart, but today it'll be the 48. Brandon Salyer right now running second. Brandon making his first start in the Clone Senior. Nick Hill running 3rd. Nick making his 4th start of the season. Best finish, he did that at Fort Myers, finished 3rd for Nick Hill, and he's starting this weekend 3rd in the point standings. They'll come off that S-turn. Running in the 4th spot, that'll be the 17. Michael Clark in the 17. Michael making his first start of the season in the 17, currently being scored 4th. 5th, it'll be Doug Schmidt. Doug making his 2nd start of the season. Race down at Fort Myers. Jason Fromming in the number 14. Jason starting today, 5th in the point standings. Best finish 3rd. He did that twice. Picked up 3rd at Monticello, then picked up 3rd at Homestead. Jason Fromming currently 5th in the point standings. Charles Dolan, please return your transponder to scales. Charles Dolan, please return your transponder to scales. So Joey Miller doing what he normally does, opens up a decent lead. He'll head off at turn number 1 with a 9/10 second advantage over Brandon Salyer. Nick Hill running third, 1.9 seconds out of the top position. Michael Clark running fourth. Fifth, it'll be Doug Schmidt. Sixth, it'll be Clark. Seventh, it'll be Fromming. And Joey Miller continuing to move right along. And Joey, a great season for Joey Miller. Joey looking for his 4th win of the season. And the worst he's done, 2nd. He did that in race weekend. Number 3 down at Fort Myers. But he's moving right along. Joey Miller in the 88. Rotex Minimax, you're on the grid. Micromax, you're pre-grid. 14 laps. All finals will be 14 laps. So traffic starting to stretch out. You see the field off the tree turn, led by Joey Miller. Joey going to look over his right shoulder as he comes off the tree turn. Right now, he's got a full second advantage over Brandon as they'll come down the front stretch. So 10 laps to go. 4 laps in. Joey Miller, your one and only leader. The 96 going to retire that cart. Of Timothy Clark. So Joey Miller continued to hold on to that 9/10 of a second advantage. Joey, best lap time, 42.178, 42.178. And that is pretty well quick time of all the drivers here in this final. So 8 laps remaining, 6 in the books. Joey Miller continued to be your one and only leader. Joey now with a full second lead over Brandon. Nick Hill running third, 3.3 seconds behind your leader. Michael Clark running fourth. Doug Schmidt fifth. Jason Fromming fifth. Timothy Clark off the track. So 7 down, 7 to go, halfway, this time by. So Joey Miller starting on the pole. He's led every single lap. Brandon outside of row number 1. Continue to hold on to second. So Joey Miller will pick up the final 2 to go, this time by Joey with a 2.1 second advantage over Brandon. Michael Clark running third. Michael right now 11 seconds behind your leader. Doug Schmidt, fourth. Jason Fromming, Nick Hills drop back in the sixth. So Joey Miller moving right along. Joey looking for his fourth win in the senior clone. And he'll head off that final turn. Joey Miller will work his way down the front stretch. And he'll pick up the white flag, 1 to go. Joey Miller to the line with 1 to go. So Joey Miller with a 1.8 second advantage. He'll head off the tree turn for the final time. Joey Miller. And he'll look over his right shoulder. Got plenty of gap there, Joey, as he'll head into the final turn. And he will seal the deal. Joey Miller picking up his fourth win of the season. There it is. Checker flag, Joey Miller. Brandon making his first start. A solid run. Comes home second. Michael Clark with that advantage. He'll pick up third. Fourth, it'll be Doug Schmidt, Jason Fromming will run out your top 5. So there it is, your clone senior. Need Rotex Senior. We'll need you to the grid. Rotex Senior to the grid.
Jeez, son, why don't you keep me under control a bit better?
So Homestead Karting, Rotex, Minimax, Ian Keel on the pole position. Outside row 1, Zachary Houndshead will be in the 456. Starting third, the 177 of Aiden Keel. Camp Clifford in the 554, starting fourth. Fifth, it'll be the 121, Ruben Grillet. Nick Nepper in the 95, starting sixth. Seventh, it'll be the 54, Luke Genovese. Starting eighth, the 508 of Devin Buteau. Starting ninth in the 103, Matthias Ramirez. Starting 10th, the 10 of Saraceno and Dylan Gennaro will be starting in the 11th spot. This will be your Homestead Karting Rotex Minimax. Here's Ramirez starting this weekend. Race weekend number 5 as your points leader, coming off a win at Monticello. Also picked up a win at Orlando. 2 wins for him. Aiden Keel in the 577. Actually, Aiden in the 177 has a win. Picked that up in race weekend number 3. Zachary Hollinshead outside of row number 1. That'll be the 456. Zachary making his 4th start of the season. Best finish 6th. Did that at Monticello. So Zachary coming off a good run. Camp Clifford in the 554. Ruben Grillett in the 121. Ruben starting today third in the point standings. Back-to-back seven-place finishes for him. Best finish, that was in Orlando. Ruben finishing second. So we're set to go. Your Homestead Karting Rotex Mini-Max. Get them to slow down as they come to the line. And green is up. We are underway. Now some heavy traffic coming down into turn number one. Side by side. So on the move, Saraceno looked like he picked up about 6 positions. So a couple drivers coming from the back of the field. Saraceno's now in the 7th position. Ramirez now 5th. Both of those drivers coming from the back of the field. So they're definitely on the charge. They try to bring in Ian Keel in the 139. Micromax, you're on the grid. Rotex Senior, you're pre-grid. So we got a good one early on as the field works into the tree turn. Ian Keel in the 139 up front. Brother Aiden running second. Allen's Head running third. Meantime, Ramirez moves up into fourth, so he continues to pick them off. Ramirez on the move in the 103. Ramirez starting this weekend as your points leader. Works his way through the chicane. Closing in on Holland's Head as they head off turn 4. Ramirez getting a good run now as they head up into the S turn. Ramirez going to work now on Holland's Head. They'll come off that S turn. They'll head into the tree turn. Ramirez currently running 4th as they work off the tree turn. Saraceno not quite having the luck that Ramirez had right now. He's currently being scored 7th. Leader's going to come to the start-finish line. Ramirez thinks about getting out of line. 456. Allen's Head tap in the back of the helmet to Ramirez, trying to get him go with him. And Ramirez will work through the chicane. So Ramirez quickly moving up through the field. Got a little side-by-side battle coming into the tree turn. Ramirez right now being scored 3rd, now 2nd off the tree turn. As he works around Aiden Keel. So Ramirez now 2nd. Look at this, 3 wide in the turn number 11. As your leader heads to the line, Ramirez now 2nd. And Ramirez having a lot of success working his way through. That'll be Luke Genovese off the tree turn. Done for the day, Luke Genovese. So Ramirez closing in on your leader. That'll be Ian Keel. As they come off the tree turn, plenty of time. 10 laps to go. We'll make it 9 laps next time by. Saraceno in the top 5 as he crosses the line. That'll put Saraceno now 5th. He's 2.4 seconds behind your leader. Ramirez going on to attack mode now as he closes in on Keel. They'll head to the S turn. And he's right on the bumper now of your leader through the S turn. Ramirez will try to set himself up, heads to the tree turn. In the tire tracks, your leader off the tree turn. Off turn 9, they'll head into turn number 10. Ramirez going to work on Keel off that turn number 11, that final turn. They'll work down the straightaway. Keel going to look over his left shoulder. Ramirez about 0.2 of a second behind your leader. Through the chicane they go. Keel, your leader. Ramirez in his tire tracks off turn 4. They'll continue that battle into turn number 5. Up through the S turn they go. Keel, your leader. Ramirez staying all over the back end of him through the S turn. Running third, that'll be Aiden Keel as he watches a battle ahead of him with Ramirez and brother Ian Keel. Saraceno, pretty good recovery early on. Right now, currently being scored in the 5th position for Saraceno, who's now 2.8 seconds behind your leader. And some good racing, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. That'll be Ruben Grillett Clifford, Jake Napper, Dylan De Niro, and Devin Buteau. So 7 laps in, 7 to go with a brand new leader. Here comes Ramirez into the tree turn. Second, different leader as Ramirez takes over the lead. So Ramirez started in the 9th position, and he is your brand new leader. So Ramirez will take the field to the chicane. Boy, good racing behind Ruben there as that'll be 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Devin Buteau, De Niro, Jake Nepper, and Camp Clifford Long Grillett in the 121. And a 6th place on back. You see those drivers heading up through the S-turn. So Ramirez moving right along. Your new leader now off the tree turn. Right now, Ramirez going to open up a half a second advantage over Ian Keel. Aiden Keel running third. Aiden right now 1.2 seconds behind your leader. Tell you the tight racing is 6th place on back off that S-turn. They are tight. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th all the way back to Devin Buteau. Yeah, and Ruben going to lead that freight train down the front stretch. There's Ruben now coming down the front stretch. Going to be challenged. Right back in line is the 554 Camp Clifford. Ruben Grillett doing an outstanding job. He got some good competition in behind him. So 4 laps to go. This time by 3 laps. This time by as your leader heads into the chicane. So final 3 circuits to go. We see 2 different leaders. Early on, it was Ian Keel. And Ramirez taking it over right around the halfway point, and he continues to break away with an 0.8 of a second advantage now for your leader heading into the tree turn. So there's Ramirez off the tree turn into turn 9. So it looks like Aiden Keel trying to get themselves a podium finish as he'll head down the front stretch. 2 to go this time by for Ramirez. Boy, Dylan De Niro all over the back end of Camp Clifford on the entry to turn number 1. That has been some good racing, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. But up front, it's Ramirez, your race leader. Yeah, Ramirez starting this weekend as your points leader. The worst he's ever finished is 3rd place. That was in race weekend number 3. He's got a couple wins under his belt. He'll pick up the white flag, and he'll be looking for his 3rd win of the season as he'll work his way through the chicane. There's Ramirez. So Ramirez with 0.8 of a second advantage as he heads up through the S-turn. There's Ramirez now. He'll shoot straight into that tree turn. The exit off the tree turn. He'll head into turn number 9 for the final time. So Ramirez looking to seal the deal for his 3rd win of the season. And he'll come down the front stretch. Ramirez will pick up the win Coming home second, Ian Keel. Aiden Keel on the podium. Allen said he'll pick up fourth. Fifth, it'll be Saraceno. Sixth, it'll be Ruben Grillo as he fights off some heavy traffic. Dylan De Niro, 7th. Clifford, 8th. Hutto, 9th. Nipper will pick up 10th. And Luke Genovese in the 11th spot. So there it is. Ramirez scores the win. So Micromax getting set to come out for their 14-lap feature. Hey, take some time, stop by the Crazy Cuban tent sale. A lot of great racing items in there, really low-priced items. Take a look at it. The Crazy Cuban tent sale going on right there in front of the showroom in the big white tent. And, of course, don't forget tonight, fireworks right here at the Ocala Grand Prix. That'll be right around 8:30, so hang out and see some good fireworks. That'll be later on tonight. You need Rotex Senior. You need you to the grid, so we're set to go. Parazino chassis works. You happen to have a bent frame, maybe want to check it out right here on ground. Marizino Chassis Works, Rotex Micromax. Jordan Hefner on the pole. Roberto Peretta in the 95 outside row 1. Joe Nunez starting third in the 24. Fourth, that'll be the 21, Bryce Haynes. In the 87, starting fifth, Jeremy Fairburn. Starting sixth, Chase Hefner in the 85. Seventh, it'll be Gabriel Ramirez in the 428. Eighth, it'll be the 56, Ashton Chilton. Rafael Gransal starting ninth, and Diaz will start in the 10th spot. Rotex Senior, you're on the grid. Tag Junior, you're pre-grid. Jordan Hefner in the 13 on the pole. Jordan with a win in race weekend number 3 down at Fort Myers. Third place at Monticello last month. Jeremy Fairbairn in the 87, starting today third in the point standings. Best finish second at Fort Myers. So no start, we'll send him around. Uncle Scott wants to give a shout out to Mason Carroll. Good luck, Mason. Uncle watching in today here from racing here at Ocala Grand Prix. Again, the field going to crawl through that S-turn as they work their way around. Once again, Rotex Senior, you're on the grid. Tag Junior, you're pre-grid. Ashton Chilton in the field. Ashton, best finish 6th. That was in race weekend number 3 at Fort Myers. Joe Nunez starting this weekend 5th in the point standings. Joe, best finish. That was in Homestead, race weekend number 2. Joe with a 4th place finish, just came up a little short of the podium. Winners so far this season, Tyler Gonzalez not in the field. Tyler, 3-time winner. And Jordan Hefner, as said, picked up the victory at Fort Myers. That was race weekend number 3. Field coming down the front stretch. We will go green as they head down into turn number 1. Again, Jordan Hefner setting quick time earlier this morning. Now sits on that pole position as they'll work through the chicane for the first time. Good looking field of drivers in your Rotex Micromax. Up to the S-turn they come for the very first time. 10 cars taking the green. Field off the tree turn for the very first time, led by the 13 of Jordan Hefner. Again, Jordan, an outstanding run there at Monticello last month. And right now going to lead the field as they work to the stripe. There's your leader, Jordan Hefner, into turn 1. So traffic quickly stretching out. Boy, Jordan very good here at Ocala. Right now, heads into that tree turn. Continue to open up a decent gap now. Works off that tree turn. And again, she finished the pre-final with a 5-second advantage over Peretta. So right where she left off as Jordan heads to the line. So your leader working off the S turn. That'll be Jordan Hefner in the 13. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Pretty well tightened up now in behind Humberto. That'll be Humberto running second. Nunez running third. Fairburn running fourth. Diaz running fifth. Bryce Haynes in the 21 in the sixth spot. As your leader heads to the stripe, there's Jordan to the line. Then you got that good battle. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth all in the turn number 1. Right now, Jordan Hefner, 1.6 second advantage. Yeah, we'll see an exchange now for that 4 spot. Looks like Fairburn works around Diaz. They'll come into that tree turn. Now in exchange for second, Nunez going to move up now. So a little bit of maneuvering going on to that second spot. That will put the 88 now second. So Diaz actually picked up 2 positions in that last lap. So Diaz goes from 4th to 2nd. Nunez now 3rd, Fairburn 4th, 5th will be Parada. Black flag had come out on the 65. And that cart, Raphael will take that cart in to the pits. And Jordan Hefner now off the tree turn. And traffic continuing to stretch out. Your leader down the front stretch. There's Jordan down into turn number 1. Going to see now a little battle for third coming into turn number 1. Going to the inside is the 87. Fairburn goes to work on Nunez. Takes that spot away. And Jordan opens up a 2.1 second lead over Diaz. Diaz a little breathing room now over the 24 Nunez. Nunez under the gun as Jeremy starts to close in on that third place cart. Then that's that final podium position as they come down to turn number 1. Again, the 24 Nunez holding off Jeremy as they work in turn 1. Final spot for the podium. Once again, those drivers who do conclude their racing for the day, please return your transponders at scales. So we'll pick up the halfway sign this time by. There's your leader here at the halfway point. Started on the pole, Jordan Hefner. Jordan led every single lap so far. Running second, Diaz. Running third, Nunez. 4th, it'll be Fairburn. 5th, it'll be Peretta. 6th, it'll be Haynes. Ramirez running 7th. Chilton running in the 8th spot. All those drivers on the lead lap. And Nunez holding off Jeremy Fairburn as they come down that front stretch. That's been a pretty good battle for that final podium position for third as they head to the line. Again, the 87. If Fairburn going to look to the inside on the entry to turn 1, he's got enough momentum, but not able to get around Third place running, Nunez. So again, trying to go to the inside. Jeremy gets the door shut on him. 6 laps to go. One and only leader, Jordan Effner. Jordan looking for her second feature win of the season. Finished third last month at Monticello. And that battle for that third and final spot on the podium. Fairburn again into the inside. Gonna make it work this time, and it sticks off turn 11 down the front stretch. Again, side by side. Nunez not going to lay down as they're side by side into turn 1. Nunez going to get it right back. So Nunez back in the third. That is that final podium position. Good racing between those two drivers, Jeremy in the 87, Joe in the 24. They'll head through the S turn. Juan Jose Diaz continued to comfortably run in that second place position. Nobody around Juan. Meantime, quietly sneaking up to that third and fourth place cart. Peretta in the 95. They'll come down the front stretch. 4 laps to go. Again, Jeremy going to peek to the inside. Unable to get around that second running cart of Nunez. That's the final position on the podium. Good racing. Nunez in the 24. Jeremy Fairburn in the number 87. And a couple drivers trying to get on the podium. And Jeremy get a peek to the inside. Stays in behind your third place running cart. Again, Jeremy looking for his second podium of the season. He'll go to the inside again on the entry to turn 1. He'll have the advantage. So he'll get right back in the third. Again, Nunez looking for his first podium of the year. So Nunez in the 24, best finish in race weekend number 2 at Homestead, finished 4th. Came up a little short for that podium finish. And right now trying to do something here with Jeremy as they work off the tree turn. Right now, Jeremy holding on the third. And Jeremy, best finish. He did that at Fort Myers, finishing in the second spot with 2 to go, this time by. So final 2 to go. Runaway freight train, 2.5 second advantage for Jordan Hepner. Jordan looking for her second win of the season. And has a 2.5 second advantage over Diaz. Again, Diaz making his second start of the season. Looking for a podium finish here this afternoon. It looks like Diaz will get that. So white flag up, 1 to go. Final circuit. So Jordan Hepner moving right along. So Jordan Hepner will work down the front stretch. Comes by for the final time. So Jordan Hepner will score the win. Picking up second will be Diaz in the 88. And coming home third, Jeremy Fairburn will pick up the final podium position in the 87. Nunez coming home fourth, fifth will be Parada. Rolling up next, your Connery Concrete Road Tech Senior Nick Neri on the pole. Outside row one, Oliver Askew into 338. Jonathan Kutek in a 103. Dustin Straw starting in the 4 spot. Morgan Healy 5th. Puerto Rican starting 6th. Robert Mayer 7th. Sean Powell will be starting in the 8th spot. So Connery Concrete Road Tech Senior. Again, don't forget fireworks right here at the Ocala Grand Prix tonight, right around 8:30. The John Devine to the grid area. John Devine. And Oliver Askew in the 338. 3 straight wins for Oliver, current points leader. Nick Neri with a win, open up the season, and Orlando with a win. Jonathan 3rd in the point standings. 4th, it'll be Morgan Healy. Dustin Strauss 5th in the point standings. And we are ready to go. Green is out. We're underway. Oliver gets a good run coming into turn 1. And he'll work his way through the chicane for the first time. Again, Oliver Askew, 3 straight wins, picking up the win in race weekend number 2. Scored to win at Fort Myers and backed it up at Monticello last month. 3 feature wins. Nick Neri, your other winner. Jonathan in the 354. Jonathan best finished 3rd. He did that twice. And he sits 3rd in the point standings. Morgan Healy. Couple top 5 finishes for Morgan. Opened up the season finishing 5th at Orlando, 5th at Fort Myers. She's had some very good runs. Morgan Healy starting this weekend 4th in the point standings. E-Tag Junior, you're on the grid. Mini Rock, your pre-grid. Mini Rock, your pre-grid. Oliver Askew up front, continue to be your leader through the chicane. Neri staying right with him. Dustin Strauss running 3rd. 4th, it'll be Morgan Healy. Gotik running 5th. Puerto Rican 6th. Powell running 7th. Robert Mayer did not take the green. So Neri going to work around Oliver Askew. That'll be our 2nd different leader. So Neri up front with 11 laps to go early on. Neri, your leader. Nick looking for his 2nd win of the season. As I said, he picked up the win on opening weekend in Orlando. And outside that, he's been 2nd 3 times in a row. So Nick will work his way down the front stretch. There's your leader, Nick Neri to the line. Nick with about 2/10 of a second lead. Off of turn number 1, he'll head through the chicane. Nick turning a 38.712. 38.712. Best lap for Neri. Just did it here in lap number 4. And some tight racing. That'll be 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Morgan Healy, Celtic, Strauss, and Puerto Rican all bunching them up as they'll come down the front stretch. Again, a solid run for Morgan Healy in that number 316, trying to get her first podium of the year. All right, now doing battle. Is she currently being scored in the 4th spot? Tag Junior, you're on the grid. Mini Rock, you are pre-grid. Mini Rock, you're pre-grid. Neri into turn number 1, looks over his shoulder, got a 0.4 of a second advantage over Oliver Askew. And Neri looking for his second win of the season here in the Rotex Senior. Oliver Askew in lap number 6 turns a 38.563 for Oliver Askew. But he's still about 0.4 of a second behind Nick as they come down the front stretch. So 7 in, 7 to go. Nick Neary, your second different leader. Again, Nick started on the pole, gave up the lead early on to Oliver Askew. Continued to be your leader. Neary looking for his second win of the season. Oliver Askew, pole sitter, running second. A half a second behind your leader. Johnny Kotick running third. Dustin Strauss running fourth. Morgan Healy fifth. Sixth, it'll be Porter Aiken. Seventh, it'll be Paul in the 99. As Neary will come to the line. 6 laps remaining. Neary into turn number 1. In lap 7, Neary turned a 38.460. There's Nick across the line. 5 laps to go for Neary. And Jonathan holding on to that third spot. Trying to get himself up on the podium. And Jonathan looking for his third podium finish of the season. And he's kind of been stuck on 3. Opened up the season in Orlando, finished third. Fort Myers, Jonathan finished third. Couple podiums here in the Rotex Senior class. And right now, Kotick is running third. As Neary will cross the line, Nick going to look over his left shoulder. There's Jonathan holding on to third, trying to keep Dustin in behind him. And back to lap number 9, 38.434 for Nick Neary. Did that in lap number 9. Oliver Askew, 38.490 in lap 9. So those guys were moving right along in lap number 9 as they'll head to the line. 3 laps to go, this time by. Tag Junior, you're on the grid. That'll be Tag Junior. You're on the grid. Mini Rock, you're pre-grid. Now Neary going to come up on slower traffic. That'll be the 99. He knows the leaders are going to come by. Gives them plenty of real estate to clear them as they work their way down the front stretch. Nice move there. 2 to go. This time by. See if Oliver Askew could do anything with your leader, Nick Neary. Off the chicane they go. Oliver turn it up now as he gets right on the bumper of your leader off turn 4. Oliver with 3 straight wins as he goes to work off the S-turn on Nick Neary. Now Neary into the tree turn. And Jonathan holding on to that third spot, yet looking for another third place finish. In your Rotex Senior, white flag up, 1 to go. Neary into turn number 1. Oliver Askew about a cart length stays in behind him through the chicane. They'll exit off the chicane into turn 4. Neary with the advantage now as they'll make their way up the S-turn. For the final time, Neary with about a half a cart length advantage. Through the S-turn they come. Now they head to the tree turn. For the final time, Neary about a cart length and a half advantage off the tree turn. He'll hammer it down, makes his way up into that final turn. Nick Neri looking for his second win of the season. He'll exit off that final turn. Here comes Neri. He'll score the win. Oliver comes home second. Jonathan, third time in a third-place finish for Jonathan. Fourth, it'll be Dustin Strauss in the 71. Morgan Healy, fifth. Puerto Rican, sixth. And Sean Powell round him out. So there it is. Nick Neri picks up his second win of the season in your Rotex Senior. So up next, your Race Complex Tag Junior, 18 drivers in the field. And here's how I'll line them up. Olivia Bellinger on the pole position. Outside row one, the 14 is Seve DePinto. Quentin DeBoover starting in the third spot in the 298. Jason Yarborough in the 04 starting fourth. Fifth, it'll be Mason Carroll in the 23. Starting sixth, the 248, Ryan Norberg. Colin Warren starting in the 7th spot in the 11. Starting 8th, the 17 of Aaron Smith. Starting 9th, the 22, Sebastian Sierra. Andrew Fountain in the 11X starting 10th. Starting in the 11th position, the 12 of Sarah Metcalf. Starting in the 12th spot, the 77 of Henry Brass. Michael Stevens in the 19 starting 13th. 14th, it'll be Sierra Smith in the 78. Colin Smith starting 15th in the 68. Chris Maxim starting in the 16th spot in the number 3. Tyler Lewis starting in the 17th spot. Tyler Smith starting in the 18th spot. Very good class. Colin Warren starting the weekend as your points leader. He's coming off back-to-back wins. Colin Warren currently in that 7th starting position. And we're looking to go green. It's out. We're underway. Seve going to get a good run coming into turn one. Seve will hold off in that 2nd spot. Boy, Quentin DeBoover coming out of there. Jason Yarborough all coming out of that front stretch very strong. And Seve not going to waste any time. So field charging into the tree turn for the first time. Led by the number 14, Seve DePinto. Again, Seve coming from outside of row number 1. Got a great start down that front stretch. He's got the 230. Bellinger staying right with him. Seve, best finish in the Tag Junior 3rd. He did that at Fort Myers. Very successful weekend for Seve in Fort Myers. Olivia Bellinger, his best finish 2nd. He did that at Fort Myers. Right now, Bellinger running in the second place position in that 230. Then you got a log jam of traffic coming in behind Jason Yarborough as they come to the line. And Jason Yarborough currently running third. He's picked up one position in that 0-4. Again, Jason looking for his best finish of the season as he's in race 3 in the tag junior class. So right now, Jason Yarborough sitting pretty good right now early on. Just a couple laps in the books. So Seve DePinto, your leader. Bellinger looking for some help. You see him tapping on the left side of that helmet. And I'm sure Jason Yarborough is currently running third, like to reel him in and get some help together. Keep an eye on Colin Warren, points leader. Colin 1.5 seconds behind your leader. Right now, Colin Warren in the 5th position. Seve going to take him up into the S turn. And Seve with a 3rd place finish, his best run of the season. As said, it did it at Fort Myers. And he's had 4 top 10 finishes this season. So he'll head to the line, looks over the right shoulder. And nothing's changed in behind him. Again, we'll get some times on Seve DePinto, 37.649. Did it here in lap number 4. 37.649 for Seve DePinto. Bellinger with a 37.857. Jason Yarborough, 37.677 for Jason Yarborough. And flip-flop now for third. That'll be Sebastian Sierra now third as he works up around Yarborough. Boy, those 4 drivers got a great battle going on. Seve DePinto, Bellinger, Sierra, and Jason Yarborough up through the S-turn. And a couple other drivers tagging on. Colin Warren, DeBoover, Ryan Norberg. All moving around for position. Your leader off the tree turn. They'll come down the front stretch. It'll be 8 laps to go. This time by 8 laps remaining. There's your leader, Seve DePinto. And Seve looking for his first win in the tag junior. And he is definitely hooked up here as he'll head to the tree turn. Again, Seve coming off to that good early start, and he's been very strong right now as he'll come down the front stretch. 7 laps in and 7 to go. So halfway this time by. Seve DePinto, your leader. Bellinger running second. Sierra third. Colin Warren fourth. Jason Yarborough fifth. Quentin DeBoover running 6th. 7th, it'll be Ryan Norberg. Maxim running 8th. Tyler Smith 9th. Andrew Fountain 10th. Boy, Seve getting some breathing room. He's got about a 7/10 of a second advantage now over Bellinger. Colin Warren quietly working up to the front. He's now third. So Colin, your points leader, looking to hop up on the podium once again. Colin Warren now being scored in the 3rd position. Boy, Seve has been really smooth now as he makes his way into that tree turn. Sebastian Sierra in the number 22, currently being scored second. Colin Warren third. Bellinger and DeBoover, your top 5 as they'll head down the line. 5 laps to go. This time by 5 to go. Again, Sebastian Sierra picked up a victory at Homestead. And he's been pretty good in 4 races, or actually 3 races. Sebastian, 2 third-place finishes and a win so far this season. They definitely got it there, but right now he continues to trail your race leader. Seve DePinto by 0.8 of a second. Now Sierra with company sneaking up on him. That'll be the 11 of Colin Warren. Going to go right to the inside of Sierra for second. 4 laps to go. Seve into turn number 1 with a 0.9 of a second advantage. Through the chicane. Now we'll see a flip-flop again for third and second. Sierra gets that position back from Colin Warren. So again, Sebastian lost that second spot to Colin Warren, and he gets it right back. And all of a sudden, Colin's got Bellinger sneaking up on him. They'll come to the line. There's your leader, Seve DePinto, into turn number 1. Seve with a 0.6 of advantage this time by. So Sierra, Colin Warren, Bellinger definitely picking up the pace. Second, third, fourth, and fifth. Sierra, Warren, Bellinger, and Quentin DeBoever all nose to tail through the S-turn. See if those 4 drivers can get a charge on your leader, Seve DePinto. He's been solid all race long. Sebastian Sierra holding on the second as they come to the line. 2 laps to go. This time by final 2 circuits. Still, you see that gap, about 0.6 of a second for Seve through the S-turns. Colin Warren right back in the second, gets around Sierra one more time. And Sierra going to look to the inside, and he'll take the spot away from Colin. White flag up, 1 to go. Seve, you got plenty of space between you and those drivers behind you. Seve now with an 0.8 of a second advantage. Sierra right back into that second place position. It's been seesaw back and forth between him and Colin Warren. Keep it on Bellinger. Quentin DeBoever right there. We'll see if one of those drivers will slide into our podium finish. There's Seve off the tree turn. Sierra, nice run there as he heads into the final turn. Here they come down the front stretch. Seve scores the win. Sierra and Colin Warren. We'll get set for your Orlando Kart Center mini rock. Don't forget, 4 USA karters will get an all-expense-paid trip to Italy this year, guaranteed. Rock Cup USA will send 4 drivers to Italy to represent the United States and compete in the Rock Cup International Final. That takes place October 17th through the 19th. Winners of each Rock Cup USA category from the Rock Cup USA Championship event in Orlando August 17th to the 19th will receive a fully funded entry to include travel, accommodations, and equipment rental to the 2013 Rock Cup International Final. For more information, go to the website rockcupusa.com. So Orlando Kart Center mini rock. Vincenzo Saraceno on the pole. Ramirez outside row 1. Humberto Peretta in the 495 starting 3rd. 4th it'll be Mayo Livingston. 5th it'll be Juan Diaz. 6th it'll be Dylan De Niro in the 418. Aiden Keel starting 7th in the 55. In the 21, Ruben Grillet starting 8th. 9th it'll be Zachary Hollinshead in the 456. Landon Kelly in the 00 starting 10th. Felipe Bart scheduled to start in the 11th spot, and Hunter Padilla starting 12th. And we'll get them lined up ready to go. Your Orlando Kart Center mini rock. Tag Masters, Rock Masters, you're now on the grid. Rock Senior, your pre-grid. So it looks like the 103 Ramirez not going to make the start. That'll put Saraceno and Humberto Peretta on in row number 1. So they'll work their way to the start-finish line. And we'll pick up the green. Man, they're going to go 3 wide as they make their way into turn number 1. Amazingly, they're going to come through that chicane single file. So Ramirez unable to get that 103 fired up. Oh, you got a couple going to get together through the S-turn. Actually came up off the ground. And that kart looks like it's going to come to a stop right there at the top of the S-turn. So Saraceno, your early leader, on a running second. Aiden Keel third. Hollinshead sitting in the 4th position. 5th, it'll be Diaz. Michael Stevens, the scales. Michael Stevens, please come to scales. So Saraceno up front. Peretta running second. Aiden Keel, Hollinshead, and Diaz. Your top 5 as they'll come down the front stretch. There's your leader, Saraceno, to the line. Tag Masters, Rock Masters, you're on the grid. Rock Senior, you're pre-grid. Rock Senior, you are pre-grid. And Saraceno, a little bit of breathing room on the entry to that tree turn. Pretty tight for 2nd and 3rd. Peretta and Aiden Keel. Keel running 3rd. They'll shoot down that front stretch. There's your leader. Saraceno down into turn one. And Saraceno, best lap time, 40.920. And actually, he's been only driver in that 42nd bracket here in this race. For Saraceno, there's your leader. Boy, Keel going to go to work now. Peretta for that second spot. They're wheel to wheel. Off turn 11. They'll work down the front stretch, and Keel gets that position away. So Keel now second. Unfortunately, that'll cost them a little bit of time as Saraceno opens up a 1.1 second advantage. How about that? Again, it'll cost those guys a little bit of time. There's Saraceno on the entry to the S turn. Ruben Grillo to pick up the black flag. He'll retire that cart, so he takes it in behind the wall. Saraceno going to look over his right shoulder. He's got Aiden Keel running second, 1.1 seconds behind your leader. Good little racing for that third and final podium position. Right now held by the 495. Umberto holding that position. Saraceno to the top of the S turn, comes off that S turn, will make his way into the tree turn. Aiden Keel pretty comfortable right now in that second spot. Open air for him as he'll head off the tree turn. There's Aiden off the tree turn, looks over his right shoulder. Right running third, fourth, it'll be Hollinshead. Fifth, it'll be Diaz. Sixth, it'll be Dylan Gennaro. Seventh, it'll be Mayo Livingston. Hunter Padilla running eighth, Bart's ninth. Landon Kelly 10th. Ramirez not making the start. Ruben Grillet in behind the wall. So 8 laps remaining. So Saraceno continued to open up that gap. 1.7 second now for Saraceno. And he'll work to the start-finish line. There's Saraceno. 7 down, 7 to go. And Saraceno with a 1.9 second advantage here at the halfway point. Keel running second, Parada running third. Hollinshead continued to run fourth. Fifth, it'll be Diaz. Gennaro running sixth. Livingston seventh. Padilla 8th, Bart's 9th, Kelly running in the 10th spot. And Aiden Keel currently running second. He's got about 0.3 of a second advantage over Humberto. That'll be that third place cart in a 495. Saraceno, 5 laps remaining this time by as he heads to the start-finish line. 5 to go. Saraceno off of turn number 1. 2.3 second advantage for Saraceno. And Saraceno, best lap time, 40.870. Tell you, Humberto turned to 40.959. So you got a couple drivers. Mayo Livingston with a 40.971. Livingston being scored 7th. Pretty good lap time for Mayo. So there's your leader, Saraceno, crossing the line. 3 laps to go. Aiden Gill running second. Parada running third. Diaz fourth. Allen's head in the top 5. So final 2 laps to go. Juan Diaz, good little battle there with him and Zachary going at. That'll be for 4th place. They continue to do battle. Been a good race between those 2 drivers. So Saraceno cruising right along. He's got a 2.7 second advantage over Aiden Keel. Aiden all of a sudden getting a little company now. Paretic closing up the gap. White flag will hang out. There it is. 1 to go. Saraceno to the line. He's got 1 more circuit to go for Saraceno. There's Saraceno going to head up to the S-turn. Very comfortable lead right now for Saraceno. 2.8 second advantage. There's Saraceno off the S-turn, now into that tree turn. So Saraceno will cruise home, looking to score the win in your Mini Rock final. And there it is. You'll see the checker. Saraceno claims the win. Aiden Keel coming home second. Humberto Pareto will pick up third. Diaz going to come home fourth. We'll flip that. It'll be Hollinshead fourth. Fifth, it'll be Diaz. Mayo Livingston coming home sixth. Dylan Denero seventh. Hunter Padilla eighth. Kelly ninth. And Bart's going to round out your top 10. Need Rock Senior, you're on the grid. Rock Senior, Junior Clone, you're pre-grid. Once again, Rock Senior, you're on the grid. Junior Clone, you are pre-grid. So ready to go. After performance, tag, and Rock Masters. Again, Scott Roberts on the pole. Again, into Tag Masters. Brent Lyman outside row 1. Rafael DePolio in the 46, starting third. Kevin Coy fourth. Fifth, it'll be Philip Pierce. Sixth, it'll be David Evans. Seventh, it'll be Mark Thomas. Starting eighth, and in your Rock Masters, that'll be Francois Branwibo. That's all in the number 3. Miguel starting 9th overall. Michael Sack starting 10th. He'll be second in Rock Masters. Richard Lockwood starting 11th. That'll be your Tag Masters driver. Hankinson, Rock Master, starting 12th. Ricky Brooks starting 13th. Tag Masters driver. Robert Mayer in the 629, 14th. And Jerry Brown, 15th. Tag Masters driver, the 69, Ricky Brooks, done for the day, bails out. And we're ready to go. 14 laps. Rock Senior, you are on the grid. Rock Senior on the grid. Junior Clone, your pre-grid. So green is up. We're underway. The 46, very slow off the get-go. DePolio something there with Raphael's cart. Rock Senior, you're on the grid. Junior Clone, you are pre-grid. Once again, don't forget tonight about 8:30 fireworks right here at the Ocala Grand Prix. So want to make your way back or those hanging out about 8:30 tonight. So Tag Masters driver Scott Roberts off to a good start. Brad Lyman running second, Kevin Coy third. Fourth, it'll be Philip Ayers in the number 5. Rock Masters leader 07 of Francois Brunwebo. And Scott Roberts, your Tag Masters leader. Lyman running second, Coy Pierce. Fifth will be Mark Thomas. Rock Master leader, Francois Brunwebo. That is your Rock Masters leader. Scott Roberts turning a 38.326. And lap number 2. That's a pretty quick time for Scott Roberts. As he continues to be your leader, that'll be your Tag Masters leader. Rock Masters, it'll be Francois Brunwebo. And Scott Roberts continue to show the way. That'll be your Tag Masters leader. In your Rock Masters, Francois Brunwebo. Francois going to make his way down the front stretch. He's 5th overall, but your Rock Masters leader, Francois Brunwebo. We'll be closing in on the halfway point. There's Scott Roberts. Scott will come down the front stretch. He'll pick up the halfway sign. There it is, cross flags. There is your Tag Masters leader, Francois Brunwebo, your Rock Masters leader. Francois got to cross the line. Amazing at the halfway point. Scott Roberts, Brent Lyman, and Philip Pierce all turn quick time. Scott Roberts with a 38.292. Lyman with a 38.717. And Pierce with a 38.695. All in lap number 7. You see the advantage as your race leader, Scott Roberts, down the front stretch. 5 laps to go. Well over a 3.5 second advantage now over Lyman. 3.9 seconds to be exact is Lyman right now behind your leader. 3.9 seconds. Pierce running third. He is 6.5 seconds behind Scott Roberts. Francois Brunwebo, that'll be your Rock Masters leader. Robert Mayer going to move up a position in your Tag Masters. He just worked around Philip Pierce, so Robert Mayer looking for a podium finish in your Tag Masters. Nice little move there coming off that final turn. So Robert Mayer now being scored 3rd in the Tag Masters. Francois still your leader in the Rock Masters. So Scott Roberts off the tree turn. He'll get double sticks next time by. It'll be 2 laps remaining as he'll come down the front stretch. There it is, 2 to go for your Tag Masters leader, Scott Roberts. In your Rock Masters, Francois Brunwebo. 2 to go for Rock Masters leader, Francois Brunwebo. So Scott will pick up the white flag. He'll head into turn number 1. That is your Tag Masters leader. Lyman running second, Mayer third. Rock Masters, Francois Brunwebo, your leader. Michael Sachs being scored second in your Rock Masters, and Hankinson sits third in the Rock Masters. Meantime, here comes your Tag Masters leader, Scott Roberts. He'll shoot down the front stretch for the final time. He'll score the win in your Tag Masters. And Francois Bernrivo ready to seal the deal in the Rock Masters. He'll come across the line, and he picks up the win in your Rock Masters. Need Rock Jr. to the grid. That'll be Rock Jr. We'll need you to the grid. Up next, Verta Speed Resource, Rock Senior, Ashley Rajero on the pole. Outside row one, the 26 of Aaron Schmidt. Incomings in a 135 will start third. Fourth, it'll be Eddie Rodriguez in the 18. Fifth, it'll be Garrett Peterson in the 33. Starting sixth, the 49, Benjamin Hankinson and Nolan Kelly scheduled to start in the 7th spot. Your Rock Senior. Junior Clone, you're on the grid. Rock Jr., you're pre-grid. Once again, this reminder, please be sure to return your transponders at scale when your racing has concluded. Again, we'll have podium awards that will follow our final event. Top 3 drivers, fast time. You must be in your racer suit for photos and your awards. Once again, top 3 and fast time must be in your racer suit for photos. And Ashley Rajero, row number 1, Aaron Schmidt to the outside. And 14 laps. Ashley will bring the field down that start-finish line. They'll start to get the speed up. No start, no start. And he'll send them around one more time. And don't forget, 4 USA Carters will get an all-expense-paid trip to Italy this year, guaranteed. Rock Cup USA will send 4 drivers to Italy to represent the United States and compete in the Rock Cup International Final. That takes place October 17th to the 19th. The winners of each Rock Cup USA category, the Rock Cup USA Championship in Orlando, will receive a fully funded entry, including travel, accommodations, equipment, and Great time and a great experience to go to Italy. Go to the website rockcupusa.com. So now field coming to the start-finish line. Green is out. We're underway. Ashley going to stay down low. As they come into turn number one, she'll lead the field up through the chicane. So Ashley head through the tree turn for the very first time. And Ashley setting quick time earlier this morning, picked up the win in the pre-final. Right now, up front, one lap in the book. We'll need Junior Clone. You are on the grid. Rock Junior, you are pre-grid. That'll be Rock Junior, you are pre-grid. So Ashley with a comfortable lead off the tree turn, moving right along. And last lap, Ashley turns a 37.879. She did that here in lap number 2. Pretty quick lap time. Ian Cummings running second. Eddie Rodriguez. Aaron Peterson, Aaron Schmidt. There's Ashley across the line. And Ashley turns a 37.752 here in lap 3. She continued to open up that gap. She'll head up through the S turn. There's Ashley now working up through that S turn, continue to move along. Again, traffic stretching out. She'll exit off the S turn. Continue to open up that gap. She'll make her way into the tree turn. So Ashley will pick up the halfway sign, this time by 7 down, 7 to go, coming from that pole position. He's led every single lap so far. Got a 2.6 second advantage over Ian Cummings. Ian started in that third spot, currently running second. Eddie Rodriguez trying to get a podium, running third. Fourth, it'll be Aaron Schmidt. Fifth, it'll be Peterson. Sixth, it'll be Hankinson. Nolan Kelly running seventh. 7 in, 7 to go. And Ashley turning to 37.417 at the halfway point. Ian Cummings also a pretty quick lap time. 37.923 for Cummings. Did that here at the halfway point. Junior Clone, you are on the grid. A Rock Junior, your pre-grid. So Ashley working her way through that chicane, continue to carry about a 3.5 second lead. Ashley moving right along. 4 laps to go when she hits the line. There it is, 4 laps remaining. And Ashley, your leader. Cummings running second. Rodriguez third. Schmidt running fourth. Fifth, it'll be Peterson. Hankinson running sixth. Seventh, it'll be Nolan Kelly. So Ashley cruise on through the yes turn. A lap and a half to go for your leader. Ashley Rajero started on the poles, led every single lap with a 5-second advantage now over Cummings. So Ashley down the front stretch. White flag up, 1 to go. There's Ashley now going to make her way into turn number 1. She'll come off turn number 1, and she'll have a 5.1 second advantage on the final lap. Once again, Junior Clone, you're up next. Rock Junior, your pre-grid. Those drivers with top 3 finishes fast time, we will have podium awards. Must be in your racer suit for photos. You must be in your racer suit for photos. So Ashley off the tree turn for the final time. And she'll come down the front stretch. Ashley Rajero will go wire to wire in your Rock Senior Final as she is your winner. Cummings going to pick up second. Eddie Rodriguez on the podium in the 18. Need Rock Jr. Rock Jr., you're on the grid. Rock Jr., we're ready to roll. North Florida Kart Club Junior Clone. Here's how I'll line them up. Jason Yarborough on the pole in the 24. Outside, it'll be the 2 of Nash Dine. Starting third, the 4, Benjamin Withers. Starting fifth, the 14 of Jacob Howard. Hunter Fox in the 10, starting fifth. Sixth, it'll be the 4X of Evan Cowan. Dezo Covey in the 24, starting seventh. Eighth, it'll be Jimmy Jackson. Mark Strobe starting in the 9th spot. A.J. McKinney starting 10th. Starting outside row number 1, that'll be the 2 of Nash Dine. Nash starting this weekend as your points leader, 2-time feature winner, Nash Dine. And it's been a great season for Nash. Worcey's finished is 3rd. That was at Homestead. Finished 2nd last month at Monticello. And he's outside of row number 1 next to Jason Yarborough. Jason making his 2nd start, coming off a win at Monticello last month. And he's on the pole position. We are going to go racing. Green is out. Mad dash into turn number 1. Jason Yarborough with the advantage through the chicane. It looks like he's going to bring the 4 of Benjamin Withers right with him. Benjamin going to get into that 2nd spot side by side. That'll be for 3rd. Nash Dine going to win that little battle through the S turn. So Nash will hold on to 3rd. Benjamin Withers starting this weekend, 2nd in the point standings. He has a win this season. And he's been money with a win and 3 third-place finishes. As Dine got to fight right back, he'll get 2nd. Off turn 11, now he'll pick up that 2nd spot. Now Nash going to be challenging to turn number 1. Going to see that position go away. So right back at it, that'll be the 4 of Benjamin Withers. So a little flip-flop again for that 2nd-place position. Jacob Howard, again, Jacob's had a good season, finished 7th at Monticello. There's that battle through that S turn, now carrying that into the tree turn. Heavy racing, that'll be 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th as they come into turn number 10. Withers going to hold on to that 2nd spot. Meantime, Jason Yarborough says, battle all you want, boys, because I'm checking out. And he's definitely opening up the gap now. There's your leader through the chicane, Jason Yarborough. So Jason Yarborough with a 2.6 second advantage over Nash Dine points leader. Those drivers making their way up through the S turn. Nash a little bit of breathing room now over Benjamin. Benjamin going to look over his right shoulder, knows he's got people closing in on him. That'll be Hunter Fox in the 10. Looks like that battle going to be for the final 2 spots on the podium. Look at Dezo Covey drag racing to turn 1. Dezo on the inside. He'll make the move. Works around Jacob Howard. So Dezo in the top 5. Good little battles. They came down the front stretch. So Covey in the top 5. But Jason Yarborough, he's in a different time zone as he works off the tree turn. Now things are going to start to heat up for that final spot for the podium. Withers, Hunter Fox, Jacob Howard, Dezo Covey, all mixing it up as they come down the front stretch. Dazzle driving it hard. In the meantime, here comes the 46, Jimmy Jackson going to work. And Jason Yarborough with a 5-second advantage over Nash Dine. Boy, look at Hunter Fox all over the backhand of Withers. They work their way off that final turn. They'll work down the front stretch. Hunter Fox trying to gain some ground. They'll work down the front stretch into turn number 1. Hunter Fox looking for his first podium of the season. Hunter, best finish, did that at Monticello, got a fourth-place run. So we'll see if he can get anything rolling here. Currently being scored in the fourth position for Hunter Fox. Boy, look at Dezo Covey. They are really working together as they work into that tree turn. Withers, Fox, and Dezo Covey off the tree turn. That's third, fourth, and fifth. Got a three-cart battle for that final spot on the podium. Meantime, Jason Yarborough, 7.2 second advantage. This young man at a different zip code now as he works off the S-turn. Long gone. Closing in now, about 8-second advantage for Jason Yarborough. Jason making his second start here in the junior clone. And he's 1 for 1, looking to go 2 for 2 here, and he'll pick up the halfway sign this time by. There it is. 7 in, 7 to go. Your leader, Jason Yarborough, long gone. Points leader, Nash Dine, running second as he'll head to the line. Nash currently 8.5 seconds behind Jason Yarborough. Then the battle for that third spot. Three-way battle. Withers currently running third. Hunter Fox and Dezo Covey. Those drivers going to make their way up to the S-turn. Boy, Hunter Fox chipping away at that number 4. Benjamin Withers trying to get third. Boy, Dezo Covey staying right there. Let's throw in the 46 of Jimmy Jackson. All of a sudden, we got a 4-cart battle now for that final podium position as they come down the front stretch. 6 laps to go. The final spot on the podium up for grabs off of turn number 1. Boy, Jason Yarborough got to be loving the junior clone. Looking for his second straight win of 2 starts so far this season and looking to get back-to-back wins. Yeah, look at this battle coming off that S-turn. 3-4-cart battle for that final position. Dezo Covey sticking it in there now. Currently being scored 4th. He'll go to work on the 4. Good run for Dezo Covey. Going to work on that third-place car to Withers. He's all over the back end of Withers. Jason Yarborough, 11-second advantage. Nash Dine, points leader, cruising right along. Nobody around to contest with him. And you got a 4-cart battle for that final spot on the podium. Withers, Covey, Hunter Fox, Jimmy Jackson all coming down the front stretch. 4 laps to go as they head into turn 1. Jackson will pick up yet another spot. Jimmy Jackson in the top 5. Nash Dine early was contested, but he continues to break. Now you got a couple getting together. That'll be Dezo Covey. And Covey going to bail out, I believe, out of his machine. So tough break for Covey. He was in contention for a podium finish. Final 3 laps to go. Withers holding on for that third spot. And Benjamin starting this weekend second in the point standings. So Jason Yarborough moving right along. 2 to go this time by. 2 laps to go for Jason Yarborough. We'll see if Hunter Fox and that number 10's got anything for Withers. They'll come down the front stretch. Nash Dine sees 2 to go. This time by. Here comes that freight train of traffic to the line. Withers going to hold on to third. A.J. McKinney going for a little battle now, looking to move to sixth. Again, Jason Yarborough, 14-second advantage with 1 to go. Still a 3-cart battle for that final position on the podium. Hunter Fox just glued to Withers. They'll come down the front stretch. There's Nash Dine. He'll pick up the white. It'll be Withers, Fox, and Jimmy Jackson all into turn number 1. Nose to tail. Yarborough heads into the tree turn for the final time. Jason can coast home now. He's got a 16.5-second advantage. So here comes Jason Yarborough, pick up the win into Junior Clone's second straight win for Yarborough. Again, Withers holding on the third as they come through the tree turn. Jackson will pick up yet another spot. On the move, that'll be Jimmy Jackson. See if Jimmy will go to attack. He looks to the inside. Not going to have enough room. Withers will hold them off. Nash Dine will pick up second. And Withers will get on the podium as he comes home third. Jason Yarborough crosses the line 18.5 seconds ahead of Nash Dine. Once again, once you've concluded your racing for the weekend, please be sure to return your transponders at scales. Those drivers' top 3 finishes fast time. We will have podium awards. As always, you must be in your racer suit for photos. So here's your Orlando Kart Center Rock Jr. Kyle Kirkwood on the pole in the 28. Ryan Norberg in the 48 outside row 1. In row 2, Austin Garrison in the 492. Colin Warren in the 11. Starting 5th to 7 of Devin Bowerman. 6th, it'll be Sasha Branwibo in the 21. Sebastian Sear in the 222 starting 7th. 8th, it'll be Chris Maxson in the number 3. Final group, this will be your Orlando Kart Center Rock Jr. Don't forget fireworks right here at the Ocala Grand Prix tonight. at 8:30. Actually, 8:30 start time. Be able to tighten them up. They'll come down the front stretch. 14 laps. Rock Jr., Kyle Kirkwood, Ryan Norberg. And they will accelerate. They'll pick up the green. We're underway. And that outside lane looks like the lane to be in, man, as they come in at turn number 1. So up the S turn for the very first time. Again, 14 laps, last event of the day. Again, now in exchange for the top position. They'll go back and forth. Now they're side by side. Austin Garrison going to push his way right to the front as they come down the front stretch. So it'll be the 492 Austin Garrison. Boy, they are going crazy early on. Sasha Brand-Weibo currently being scored 4th, right there in the mix in that number 21. Garrison will take him up through the S turn. Now in exchange for 2nd, looks like Cowan Warren. Well, Cowan got to fight him off, unable to get that position away. So Cowan Warren right now being scored 3rd. He'll watch Sasha Brand-Weibo come by. Sasha now 3rd. Cowan going to watch traffic to the inside. Cowan to drop back to 5th. That'll be the 222, Sebastian Sierra. Sebastian being scored 4th. They'll string them out now up to the S turn. Austin Garrison, your leader. Norberg running 2nd. Sasha doing battle for 3rd. She's going to watch traffic come around her. And this time back, and a little bit more rubbing there. That'll be Cowan Warren. Cowan back up to 4th. Sasha back to 5th. Top 2 drivers continue to break away. Chris Maxim, Devin Bowerman, Sasha Brand-Weibo, Cowan Warren all mixing it up as they'll work through the chicane. There's Garrison, your leader, crosses the line. 4 laps in, 10 to go. Garrison turning a 38.627. Just did it here in lap number 4. Ryan Norberg with a 38.583. So Norberg turning a pretty good lap number 4. Currently running 2nd, about 7/10 of a second behind your leader. So 5 laps complete. We've seen 1 leader. That'll be Austin Garrison. Austin off turn 4, head up into the S turn. There's Garrison. Norberg running 2nd. Sebastian Sierra running 3rd, 2.9 seconds behind your leader. Both Garrison and Norberg kick it up a notch. Garrison turning a 38.522. And Ryan Norberg turned a 38.314. So they are definitely getting quicker as the laps go by. With 6 laps complete, 8 to go. Here comes Austin Garrison. He'll come down the front stretch. The 7 laps complete, 7 to go. So at the halfway point, it'll be Garrison, your leader. Norberg running second. Sierra third. Sasha Brown-Weibo running fourth. Colin Warren fifth. Devin Bowerman sixth. Maxim running in the 7th spot. Kyle Kirkwood did not take time. Tell you right now, Ryan Norberg starting to close up on your leader. Just 0.3 of a second. At one time, it was 0.7 of a second. So Norberg, and obviously that kart turning really quick times. He just turned a 38.179. He's 0.2 of a second behind your leader. So Norberg definitely closing in on your leader. Starting to stir it up now as he closes in. They'll work their way to the S turn. All of a sudden, we got a good battle going up front. How about the battle for third? Sebastian Sierra under the gun through the S turn. How about Sebastian Sierra? And Sierra dancing around there with him and Sasha Brown-Weibo going back and forth. And Sierra going to hold that spot. That second pack of drivers continue to fade back. Sierra running third, 5.5 seconds behind your leader. The battle up front through the S turn. As Ryan Norberg has reeled in your leader, they'll head to the tree turn, separated by about a kart length through the tree turn. Meantime, Sasha Brown-Weibo gets around Sierra for third. Both drivers, Garrison and Norberg, continue to click off very quick times. They'll head to the line. 4 laps to go. Garrison just turned a 38.176. Norberg, 38.107. So they are really kicking it up. 6.1 second advantage Garrison has over Sasha Brown-Weibo. So you see the advantage for the top 2 drivers, Garrison and Norberg. They'll head to the tree turn. Sasha holding on to third, trying to hop on top of the podium. That'll get her in the podium spot. And she right now running third with Sierra about 3 kart lengths behind her. Their leaders will come to the line. Austin Garrison, 38.171 here in lap 11. Not going to be able to break away from Ryan Norberg. So a couple of good battles, one for the lead, one for that third spot. So here comes Austin Garrison through the tree turn, nice and smooth, gets a good exit. He's got to do it 2 more times. With Ryan Norberg's been a pest pretty much the entire race. They'll come down the front stretch. 2 to go, this time by. Sasha, a little bit of breathing room now over Sebastian Sierra. There's the gap between those two. So looking to seal up the deal for that third spot. How about that, Sebastian Sierra? And now we're going to get a little bit of rain coming down. You see the rain starting to drop, going to the attack. Here comes Norberg. Side by side off the S turn. And obviously the track going to start to get slippery. Through the tree turn again. It'll be Garrison with the advantage. He's got to do it one more time. Gonna have to adjust. Obviously, the track gonna start to get slippery down the front stretch. Here they come. Looking over his shoulder, Garrison, 1 to go. You see the rain starting to trickle down through the chicane they go. Sasha Brown-Weibo pretty comfortable right now in that third spot. Track definitely getting slippery now through the S turn. Garrison with the slight advantage off the S turn. Norberg trying to peek to the inside. Stays all over your leader through the tree turn. Trying to crisscross over. Cannot take advantage of a wet track. Norberg going to stay glued to your leader. Going to go to the inside now. It's to back out of it. Garrison going to hold them off. They come off of turn 11. And Garrison will collect the win. Norberg coming home second. Sasha Brown-Weibo will pick up third and hops on the podium. That rain, we've seen it for the last couple of weeks. It has been heavy rain throughout this part of Florida. And just in the last couple laps to go, it started to trickle down. But both those drivers, Garrison and Norberg, really held it well. Again, we'll have podium awards. Those drivers' top 3 finishes, fast time. Also, you must be in your racer suit for photos. So again, if you have a top 3 fast time, we'll get started with our kid kart drivers. We'll need you to the podium.